Hi, fashion lover. So sew this gown with me. Okay, so this is flay and bow tie. Now, the major reason why I think you should watch this video is the finishing of this dress. You can see it is properly tucked in. The lining is separately sewn. The fabric is separately sewn. Okay, this is tucking, where you don't get to see the joining by the side. All right, this is the armhole. Everywhere is properly tucked in. Okay, so this is the pattern of finishing we'll be giving this dress. All right, so if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's go. So this is the fabric she came with for the gown. This is a flay gown, a sleeveless flay gown. This is the fabric that she came with. The yellow and black one. The red one is for another dress. Okay, so let me take it out. This is what she came with. So I've already cut it, just our basic blouse. Okay, the half length for this person is 15. The bust is 36, waist 32. Okay, so I've just done the cutting of the blouse. So what I just need to do is fold the lining, right? Fold it. Now I'm using white lining for this because at the point of making this dress, it's an urgent dress that needed to be delivered that same day, because the person said I'm sorry, she will be traveling. So I have white and red, so I couldn't get black, so I went for white. All right, so the first thing is for us to cut our lining, get the lining properly, trace it out. This is full lining. All right, we are going for full lining. So basically what I'm cutting now is tracing my dress. You can see the front of this dress is our normal neck line, which is circle, and for the back is high back. Sorry, the back is V. Okay, the back of this dress is V, the front is just name. And for the neck width, I went for 3 inches. All right, I don't know if you can see it on the person's dress. It is high neck on the front, but for this person the back is V. So I'm tracing the front this time, cutting exactly. So the lining is almost ready. Now for the dart I'll be using for this cloth dress, I'll be using my normal waist dart for it. You can go with princess darts if you choose to, but it's a normal waist dart I'm going for, a faster way to finish it. Like I said earlier, the back of this dress is V. I'm not saying the back of this one, but we decided to go for V at the back. All right, so and when cutting V, I usually like, seeing the point where the V stops, folding it into two to cut the V. It gives me, this shape of V. All right. So the lining is cut. Let's trim this part out. That is it. So the front is ready. For the back we don't have much, it's just a flay. So for the front you just get your lining. Now I will say this, you should watch this video to the end, really, to see the finish. That is the most important. All right, I know some of you know how to make this dress already. So you place the lining on top of the front of the fabric and sew. Sew only the neck, top. All right, top stitch it and you curve it, only the neck. All right, this is it. I've sewn mine. All right, all these parts will be properly ironed and it will relax. Okay, remember I said only the neck. I have sewn the front, I've equally sewn the back. This is the back. I've sewn it too. I top stitched it, I equally notched it. Okay, so once that is done, the next thing is for us to join our shoulder. I'll be trying as much as I can to be fast in this video. So join your shoulder. How do you join your shoulder to achieve that result? Lining to lining, shoulder to shoulder. Okay, so for you to do that, let's say you place your your front. After you're done with the neck, the next thing is the shoulder. But before we do that, we need to trim out all the excesses on the lining, all right, to avoid having excess lining. Okay, so let's trim it out. All right, then we'll cut. We'll join the shoulders first before we proceed to the other finishing. So you place it very well. Any excess on the shoulder, always cut it out like I'm doing right now. Okay, so when joining it to the shoulder, there will not be any excess, because if you have excess, it will affect it. So bring the front, bring the back, place it. You can see I placed it lining to lining, fabric to fabric. You get the other part of it, open it up, the front, place it back, place the two back pattern, the fabric part this way, fabric to fabric for the back and front, lining to lining. You sew. Now that I have done, this is how it came out. Okay, this is how it came out. So guys, remember, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Okay, I post video every day on this channel. So I've sewn the shoulder. What next? The next thing for us is to finish the armhole. Remember, this dress is sleeveless. So for us to finish the armhole, we need, to give it that neat finishing where you use the lining to turn it, okay? It will not be seen. Now, you can see how I am folding it. It is very important to avoid, having the lining coming out on the armholes. Place it this way. Make sure the lining is not too much. If the lining is too much, trim it out. Okay, if you have too much lining, trim it out. Place it very well. When you place it, use scissors to trim the excess lining. All right, so this is it. Get your pin. All right, you pin it properly before cutting. Make sure it is done properly, pinning it before using scissors to cut the excess lining. You're already seeing the excess linings already, so I'll just use my scissors and trim it out, because if you have excess lining, when sewing it will, after sewing, the excess lining will be coming out on the armhole. All right, so it is better you don't you trim it out before sewing to give you the finishing you need. So after trimming it out, I'll just take it to the machine and sew up. Okay, this is how you tuck your lining in neatly finished. All right. Then after you must have done sewing it, you cut it, snatch and notch it rather, give it that relaxing effect, to relax it. That is why you're cutting it through. That is notching it. You're cutting it tiny, or you can just trim it out very close, whichever one. It is perfectly okay. All right. So the same thing you did on the other side, that is equally what you do on this side. Okay, I have done sewing before doing this, or I have that at the back of your mind. I've finished sewing before doing this. And once you're done, you next thing is for you to open it up. Okay, now how do you open it up? Turn it to the front. Start from the front part this way. You can see what I'm doing. Bring it up. Please, for this kind of finishing, forget about zip. You don't need to attach your zip first. Finish with this one first before zip. So if you follow the step the way it is done, you will not make mistake. Okay, but if you go attaching zip, especially zip that is not open zip, only those kind of zip that you cannot separate both of them together, they are together, you cannot turn this, you cannot achieve this that we just did right now. So you can see I've turned it. All right, this is how it look. It's giving me what I want already. The armhole is properly finished. Okay, you can see it. So once this is done, the next thing is for us to go ahead and shape. All right, for us to shape, we'll take every part of the shaping is done separately, fabric to fabric, lining to lining. You can see how I placed it. This is how I'll sew here. Okay, the same thing here too. I'll open it up, the back, place the fabric to fabric, lining to lining, and sew up. Okay, so you sew up. Okay, once you're done sewing, this is how it will look. I've done that. You can see this. You see how it looks. Now for the zip, I would have equally tucked in the zip, but the zip for this dress is not available yet, so I will not be tucking it in. Now I've turned the lining, the armhole, the side, it is ready. The next thing is our um flay. Now for this flay, it is 360 flay. All right, so if you want me to make a comprehensive detailed video of how to cut your flay, please do drop it on the comment section, or I think there's a video on my channel how you cut your flay, different types of flay. All right, so do look that up. Okay, so for our flay, we are going for 360-degree. All right, we'll need a proper flay for it. So this is the fabric. I'm just trying to fold into 4. All right, a proper into 4, so I can get enough length for it. So this is my tape 23, so I'll try this part. I need to fold more for the other part too to be 23, so it can be even. Now for a 360-degree, you already know it's folded into 4 and there will be no opening. So you fold it in a way that there will be no opening, and this side, right, there is no opening. So let me just get my calculation measurement that I'm using and go through it. So having marked the waist, okay, the waist of the upper part of this dress, I've written it down and it's giving me about 37. All right, so with the waist, I'll use it to do my calculation, right, and start placing. So but first I'm starting with 5 inches. When I mark 5 inches round, if it gives me my measurement, my waist measurement, I will cut it. If it doesn't, I will increase it. So what I marked right now, I don't know if you can see it, the chalk I'm marking. Okay, I'm using a blue chalk. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but for a more detailed video, I'll be attaching how to cut a flay, a 360 flay, different types of flay at the end of this video. So just watch it. All right, you get to learn how to cut your flay. So this is my flay. I'm trying to get the waist measurement to be accurate with her waist. Okay, so once I get it, before I'll start with the length. All right, the total length for this gown is 37, but there will be a pleat or gathers at the end, but I think it's gathers, knife pleat, not gathers, knife pleat at the end of the flay, to increase the length. She said I don't want it too short. Okay, so this is it. I'm trying to get the length at the end. I have about 20 something, okay, left. So by the time I subtract the pleat I'll be adding, will not be maybe about 5 or 7 inches in length. So I'm still trying to get the flay. So having gotten my length, the next thing I'll do now is start marking it all through. This is how you keep placing until you get the length, then you cut. So finally I've gotten the what I need, the desired length. That is it. Okay, that is the desired length. So I'll just go ahead and cut. You can see that is the flay. There is no opening on it. You see that? So take your scissors, you open it up, for the zip allowance. All right, so this is our, so what I'll do is add it. Now, how do I join this part? Please, everything about this is lining to lining, join fabric to fabric. So this flay, I'll be joining it to the fabric, the waist of the fabric alone. Okay, waist, the fabric alone, fabric to fabric, lining to lining. There will be a lining, a kind of a throw-in lining that I'll be using. All right, but first I've done the joining. You see that I've joined my flay to the upper part. You can see where the lining stops. So I'll equally cut the lining and join it to the lining. All right, fabric to fabric, lining to lining. That is it. So the next thing I need to do is get my length. Remember, we're working with 37. I think I have about 30 or thereabout here. Okay, I think I have about 31 or thereabout here. So the next thing is for me to work on the lining. I'll be using this lining, all right, to do a kind of a pleat, then I'll attach it. So this is it. I've done it. You see, lining to lining, fabric to fabric. You see how it is. This is the lining, this is the fabric. So these are the, you should have it in mind that whenever you're doing a proper tucking, lining goes to lining, fabric goes to fabric, you will want everything properly tucked. So because at the time of sewing this dress, the zip needed for this particular dress is not available. So that is why the zip parts, I'll have to, finish it the way I'm finishing it. Like I'll have to turn it and join it. Okay, so this is it. If you have any question, guys, drop it on the comment section. This is our gown. It is ready. It's just for me to make the bow tie and attach it. This is the back. Remember, it is V at the back. Okay, this is it. So thank you for always watching, guys, and give this video a thumbs up if you have not subscribed. I do go live I do post video every day. So you see the finishing on this dress. Did you see the neat finishing? So if not for anything, how to finish this way? All right, you see that this is the best way you finish your dress, especially for those into ready to wear. This is how you finish your dress. Okay,